Today, let us begin with the session that is Introduction to Programming in C. In this particular session, I am discussing about few programs which are very, very important from exam point of view as well as related to placements. One of the most important program is check whether a given number is a palindrome number or not. So how do you check whether the given number is a palindrome or not? For that, what I have given is, see, first I have declared few variables, which is very much needed. So one variable I have declared check number and temp of type integer. Another variable I have declared of type integer, but I have initialized to 0. And one more variable I have declared, that is I have called it as reminder. What I'm doing is, see, palindrome, whatever the number you give, even if you reverse that number, you should be seen. That is what palindrome. So how do you do that? What is the logic? So now let us start. I have some information on the desktop I have to give. So palindrome check. So whichever the number they need to check, which positive number they need to check, that I have to receive from the user. So I'll ask the user to enter any positive number to check. So whatever the user has entered, I will store it in checknum variable. Then after storing, store and use. Now, whatever the user has entered, the check number, which is stored, the original number what has entered, that I will move to the another variable temp. The check number is copied to temp, because whatever the corrections I do or changes or some logic I will apply on that number, so it will alter the value, whatever the original the user has entered will go off. That's why I want to save it. I have to preserve that the original number what he has exactly entered, the user has entered. That's why I'm storing that in the temp. Now, while 0 is less than temp, what I will do is, see, this is very, very important. Whatever the number is there in temp, that I will get the reminder. I will temp modulus 10 will give you the reminder. What the number dividing, I will divide by 10 and I will get the reminder. Okay, that is how do you how do you get the reminder of any given number? Temp modulus 10 will give you always reminder. So I have stored it in reminder variable. After that, the variable reverse number already I have initialized to 0. 0 into 10 means 0. 0 plus reminder. The reminder what I have got, I will store it back to that. I will add into that number and I will put it in reverse number again. I will store it in reverse number. Now reverse number contains reminder plus this. This is 0. 0 plus reminder. So it has contained only this. Next, what I will do, I will decompose the number by its last digit. How will I do that? 10 divided by 10 will give you that. So that is again stored in temp. That will continue because as long as this condition is true, this logic will be continued. So reverse number is number is reversed now. That is stored in reverse number. Now you have to check whether this whatever the user has entered check num already have saved it. No, this check number is equal to reverse number, because after doing the reverse, after applying the logic, that number completely reversed and that is stored in this variable reverse number. So now the check num is whatever the user has entered, that is original number. So check num is equal to reverse number, then it is a palindrome. If it's not, then it's not a palindrome. So this is how the logic. I have executed for one random check I have done with the, this is what. So first I'll get palindrome check. Like this I will get on the, I'll get text on the screen. Then enter any positive number. So I have entered this positive number. Okay, this is what I have entered. So user has entered this number. So I will reverse the number. So I'm getting this, after getting that reverse number, I'm printing that reverse number. That reverse number is this. Then I will check whether this reverse number is equal to check num. So the number, Both are same. That's why it will give, then I'll give a number is a palindrome. Okay. Like that, I have given one more. Same way. Okay. These two are for palindrome. I have to give another number which is not palindrome. Randomly, I give this number. Enter any positive number to check. So reverse the number. When I reverse this, the given number is, see, 753157, but it is 751357. So this is not a palindrome. So this is how you are getting the, that is it. You are checking whether the given number is palindrome or not. Next, we will go to another program, that is generate prime numbers between two limits. So this is what the program tells. The prime number is a number that can be, you know already, it is divided by itself, by one or by itself. That's called prime number. How do you do that? See here, I have taken two variables, L1 and L2. I have initialized L2 as 0. Again, I have declared I, J, reminder, is prime. These are all variables of type integer I need for some purpose. I'm doing that. So now I have to ask the user to enter the lower limit. The lower limit, I will store it in L1 variable. I'll ask the user to enter upper limit also. So that will be stored in this L2. So from L1 to L2, I have to generate the prime numbers. Clear? Now, to validate L1 and L2, this should not be 0 and L1 should not be less than 2. Okay. So prime number between two given limits are L1 and L2. Now I have applied for loop. In this for loop, this is a nested for loop is there. So be careful here. First one is I is equal to L1. I have initialized I to L1 because lower limit. I have set the limit to L1. Then I is less than or equal to L2. This is the condition. Till then it has to generate. So I plus plus. It will keep on generating. Now I have declared that variable is prime is equal to 1. Okay, so initially assume that the current number I is a prime number. Whatever the number he has entered L1 itself is a prime number. Then I will check. Okay, so the current number generated is divisible by any number. A number can't be divided more than its off value. So its square value. That's what the logic I'm using here. For j is equal to 2, j less than or equal to square root of I, j plus plus. This is the loop, for loop. So either this one, square root of I is okay. Okay, it's a square root of, it's a square value or it's off value. Either j less than or equal to I by 2. Either use this or this, both remain same. It will give you the answer. It will generate the prime number. So either you can, how do you check that? If it is less than or equal to square root of that value or half of that value. So I by 2 or square root of I. Okay, any one you can use. Now from 2. So is prime is equal to, so prime variable, one value, 1 itself is prime. That's why 1 I have left. So I have started from 2. For j is equal to 2, this one, whatever the limit he has given already, this is already has been set. Now reminder is equal to I modulus j. Correct? So you will get the reminder. I will check that reminder. If that reminder is equal to 0, then definitely if reminder is equal to 0, it implies that current number is not prime. Okay, that's why is prime number, I make it 0. Earlier it was 1, no, so I will make it as 0. So break. Understood? So this is how you can generate. Next, if that is for reminder, okay, reminder check. Now, if 1 is equal to prime, then the current number I is a prime number. That's how you print that I. So return 0. Now, how do you check that? Let us see. I have entered the lower limit as 20. I have entered the upper limit as 70. So from 20 to 70, it has to generate the prime numbers. So prime number between two given limits, 20 to 70, see, these are the prime numbers which are being generated between 20 and 70. Understood? So this is how you can use the program to generate prime numbers. Then program to check if the given number n is an Armstrong number or not, because this is also very important program. A number is called as Armstrong number if sum of cubes of digits of number is equal to the number itself. Okay. So for that, I'm using mathematics power formula. That's why I have included one file, header file math.h. Now I have declared some variables, C and temp reminder. These are the variable of type integer, and I have declared one more variable sum. It's of type integer and having equated to 0. So enter any number, that whatever the number you have entered, that will store in n. Now just store and use the original number into temp, so as it will be reduced in the process. Now I will copy the n value, whatever user has entered, I'll copy it to 10. Now, while 0 is less than 10, this is as long as this condition is true, you have to execute this. So what is the execution? Again, I want to take the remainder, last one. So by remainder, I will get the last digit. Okay. So temp modulus 10 will give you the remainder. For that remainder, I will multiply by remainder cube plus sum, which is again I'll store back to sum itself. Or either like this also you can do, or another way is sum plus power within bracket remainder comma 3. Cube means 3. Square means 2, like that. Okay. Power to the power of remainder comma 3. Remainder cube can also be used using this formula power. So that is again back it's stored back again to sum. Now reduce or decompose the number. Which number? Temp by 10 will give you 10. Sorry, temp. So that is again it goes. Now again that will be checked. Well, see the temp is now temp contains what? Number reminder. This one. So that quotient will be checked at every instant. That's what we are doing here. So now if n is equal to sum, because if sum of cubes of every digit is equal to given itself, okay, is equal to the number given itself, then it is Armstrong. No. If n is equal to sum, the given number is an Armstrong. Otherwise, it's not an Armstrong number. That's all. So enter any number, 371. The given number is 371. It's an Armstrong number. Okay. Enter any number, 422. The given number is 422. So it's not an Armstrong. So these are the few programs which are very, very important from exam point of view, as well as from placement of point of view, or to learn logic. It's very important if you solve this kind of programs more. So catch you in the next class. If you have any doubts or queries, you can get back to me through mail ID. And for any videos of this kind, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel also.